Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for your patience, and we've got about 40 seconds before we dive into map number 2. It's going to be Overpass. For those of you who are not aware, map 1 was actually the choice of AC-130. Map 2, which is Overpass, the one that we're playing on now, is actually the comfort pick of nFACE Club. However, I've seen just about everything back in my day. All I've seen is that it feels like 3 out of 4 times the comfort picks of the teams in Asia. That is to say, 3 out of 4 times if I see nFACE pick this map, that would mean that they would win it. Doesn't mean that we're not going to see an upset or anything else of that nature, but it's still entirely on the table. It's still entirely possible, right? So, real quick, while we're getting into the knife round, I'd like to remind you all that we do have a very expensive knife skin giveaway. You may enter the giveaway by typing, or not typing, excuse me, by clicking on the knife skin that you see below the twitch.tv stream window. And if you guys would like to cast your vote to which team you would like to see win this match for the evening, just type !vote in chat. And I'd also like to, oh jeez Louise, oh right, we want to also thank our broadcast partners. That would be csgolounge.com, twitch.tv, hltv.org, and last but not least, g2a.com. Now, with that in mind, it looks like AC-130 did win the knife round, and they are going to opt to stay on the CT side. This could actually bode quite well for them going into map number 2, because this is, I think, and for sure, one way that I can think of a CT-sided map. This is, I'm not just stealing what Sadokist says, but I do believe that the one instance that I can think of is, of course, there's 2 instances now that I think about it. Being pushed up on bathrooms on the CT side in a forward defensive position, and then backpedaling as time may dictate that you need it or not need it. But this is whoa. T is just rushing straight up to the bomb site. They're going to be expecting to see CTs there, but there's not going to be any CTs there. That's a big problem right now, as of course all of those CTs went up middle, or they went to A long, and instead the T's just went straight up mid. This is something I would have expected to come straight out of the Mongols playbook, but it didn't happen. It's going to be crazy, and Fosty getting 2 refrags. As soon as we see Bensby taking one of them off the map, Bensby still not going to fall. He's going to be taking down a second one as well. He's now popping out by truck. He's looking for that headshot. He's staying calm and aiming, but he can't make that bullet connect. He finally does make it happen. It's now 1 versus 2 in favor of the T's, and that is going to be Bensby sealing the deal with a quad kill. Bensby, our one-man army on the pistol round. I don't know why, but for some strange reason I thought of Sky Williams while I was casting this. Yes, I think his name is Sky Williams. Maybe check him out on YouTube. He makes some funny stuff for a different game, but yeah. nFACE Club get away with a pistol round. That being said, they're going to be exploiting this one with, looks like, 3 SMGs, an upgraded pistol. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like that kind of puts them on even-ish ground with the CT side now. Fosty making that 1D. He's looking for another. He's going to get it as well. He's got the double, and this is what on earth? Well, AC-130 using both upgraded pistols and, I guess you could say, converse CT side tactics to surround what was a 5-man rush into bomb site B. I think they kind of pieced together what nFACE Club did there. It just seems like what comes from the nFACE Club side of things is that they'll go with 5-man pushes. That's 2 rounds in a row they've done 5-man pushes towards one bomb site via one direction, and that's it. But yeah. Nicely timed frag grenade. Checker 8's going to cash in on this. 2 sprayed down, 2 headshots, one of which, while blind, was achieved, and that is going to be 7 meme coming in here. It looks like this 4-spy round is not looking pretty for nFACE Club. AC-130 is very happy to make this 4-1 exchange. Just want to out-tab real quick and make sure that everything's correct on XSplit. Didn't accidentally have my microphone muted like I did at the beginning of last map. And again, Big reminder that you guys can interact with us by typing !vote in chat. Let us know who you think is going to win this best of 3. Now, AC-130 is, of course, down by 1 map score. They're going to have to win this one and the next one in order to take this best of 3. I'd say, whoa, nice spray down there. Crazy gets away with double kill. He's looking for the triple, but instead it's going to be Z8Z who gets the refrag, of course, with an upgraded pistol. Better than nothing. Frosty is going to come back in for the revenge on his teammate, and Bensby, the last man standing, the one-man army, has an AK-47 and armor in his hands. Can he bring this to a level of hope for his team? He can hear the footsteps. Turns, but I'm not sure why he didn't shoot there. At any rate, the odds of him actually getting out of that alive were pretty much stacked against him. nFACE Club with 5 AK-47s and some solid utilities. Not going to be enough. It wouldn't be as many as AC-130 has, but at the same time, I don't think it's any massive deal. Because, of course, one thing that the two things you're always capitalizing on terrorist side is 1, armor, and 2, firepower advantage. As long as you can make those bullets connect, you're good to go. Those bullets just barely missing Crazy, as he does actually exchange 1 bullet for another, and gets rid of 3 HP more than that of Rin for the time being. We'll be backpedaling just a little bit, and things of that nature. Right, so the earlier map analysis, of course, kind of expanding upon that statement made by Sadokist about this map being CT-sided. One instance is, of course, how far forward you can be pushed up on bomb site A and still have time to rotate backwards behind cover, dealing damage to the enemy team. You can see the rear there. You can see the skin, and that is... Ouch! Did he just get caught? Yeah, there were 2 different people shooting at Justin right there. Unfortunately, just really bad timing is what that was. So he got that 1 frag from an over-aggressive CT, and now they are probably going to try and capitalize on that. But Crazy manages to make it a refrag. And with that, we have a little bit of information. Not only that, it was actually top fragger right now, Bensby. Stephen Mem brings it back to... Or I'm sorry, 7 Mem brings it back to 4-3. But Crazy actually carrying his weight, doing quite nicely as well. Almost a refrag as Crazy does get himself 1 nice quad kill. Alright. So, more map analysis. Okay, right. You can be pushed very far forward on the CT side of bomb site A, and then just gradually backpedal, giving up ground to the terrorist side, while getting away with some kills here and there. But really, another small instance would be that you can rotate from bomb site A to bomb site B very quickly, but not quite vice versa. Although, to be honest, it feels as though it can be quite difficult to actually get to those retake points as a terrorist. Justin's going to find 1 and 2. He's going to be looking for a 3rd head somewhere, but looks like he's going to be refragged before he gets that chance. He will be avenged, however, by Crazy. Now we're going to be seeing 2 versus 3 situation. Bensby on top of picnic tables. Hello, what just happened there? Oh, it was a disconnect. Checker 8, why you disconnect, bro? That instantly, that changed the game. It really did. Oh, it sucks in this position. It just, well, I mean, Z8Z went in there, he got a double kill, and now I don't think they can replay that round because so many players had already died. But looking on the bright side, we can see that 1 player has enough for 2 rifle drops. That would be actually 7 meme. And again, while we're paused, it's probably a good idea once again to remind you all of our $200 bayonet slaughter knife giveaway. Not bayonet slaughter, I'm sorry. I think it's just bayonet. But it's a very expensive knife skin, and if you win it, well, it's more power to you. Still waiting for the reconnect from Checker 8, and it's not come through just yet. But You can enter that by clicking on the picture of the knife skin below this twitch.tv stream window. Looks like we now have the reconnect coming in from Checker 8. With that being said, we're going to have this map resume. I'd say that the threshold for the number of rounds that we want to see AC-130 get to is perhaps 9 rounds before they switch over to T-side. But it's not, you know, the law of the land. I haven't dictated that myself. I'm not the god of Counter-Strike. And this is another round where they have such a chance to do such a feat. Conversely, it looks like they could get an economic reset in on nFACE Club should they happen to win this round. Still looking for the opening frag, and it's going to be Checker 8 who makes it. Fosty is very much so considering going in for a flank. He spots Rin, takes him down. I don't know if it's a good idea to continue that push, however, as he is being doubled back on now by Z8Z on the minimap. Checker 8 going to be rotating backwards as Bensby tries to push forward. Will find the head of 7meme, and that is going to be Checker 8 getting another to his name. Firepower going left, right, everywhere else in between. A Kobe for a stick to the face. I have to ask myself, at this point, can he? Nicely done. Nicely done by Justin. I was just wondering, like, when he was looking at that spot at connector with the metal wall and everything else in between, I was wondering to myself, could he possibly wall into that corner? It certainly is a question worth asking, I think. But nFACE Club back to sticks and stones now, as we do see that AC-130 has 5 rounds on the board and full-blown rifle buy to their name. Again, just out-tabbing, making sure that everything's all right. And originally our underdogs are looking like they're turning nFACE Club into underdogs. Alternatively, I think that we could be seeing a third map underway, and that should be, if it needs to be played, will be Dust 2. That's going to be Crazy getting one, 7meme getting the second, and he's looking for another, that is to say 7meme, but he couldn't quite find it. There we go. Wixick gets a little bit overzealous there, but gets shut down. The bomb is dropped at bomb site B now, so last man standing is Z8Z. If he wants to play for it, he's going to have to play for it. All he's got is a Tech 9. Is that really worth saving? Comes to his senses and lets Crazy put him to sleep. 5-man win, bank builder for AC-130. That makes the cash even better for them than the previous round. nFACE Club is going to be going with, I don't know about the decision to make those purchases, considering we see upgraded pistols on Wixick. He could have gone for... He could have most certainly purchased a Galil, alternatively. So too, let me check Bensby here. I'll get back to that in a minute. It's been immediately 1-for-1 amazing Huandig by Wixick there as Justin gets a kill in the same tick, but Bensby... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had enough money for a Galil as well, but he didn't want it. Situational weapon. Galil can never make a one-shot kill on a full HP target, but Crazy's going to get away with a double kill, and the auto-observer is robbing us of the potential triple kill. But as I say that, 7meme gets one. He's caught late on the reload, and Wixick getting a double kill while 7meme is the last man standing. He does shut that down. So this turns into a very expensive round for the CT side, but nonetheless, it's a better condition to be in than nFACE Club, because it looks like the best they'll have is upgraded pistols and or armor, maybe just full-blown Tech 9 rush into whatever bomb site. Don't see a firm commitment to any purchase just yet. Now that I mention it, yeah, all upgraded pistols all the way across the board, but not full unanimous Kevlar vest to go with it. Fosty getting the opening frag. It's going to be a Molotov going down on top of that AWP, but it is salvaged nonetheless by Rin. Limited damage done there, and Rin is working his team's way back in with that AWP. Oh boy. Oh man, he gets himself a double kill with it. That's the worst. Like, I mean, that's probably got to be the worst feeling on the planet when your team is on this winning streak and then all of a sudden one powerful weapon gets into the hands of the enemy team and it turns out to be their tool of choice to put them back into this. But as I say, it's going to be 7-man Checker getting a couple of refrags, but I mean, honestly now it's 1 versus 1 as Checker 8 struggles to make the defense. He does clutch it nonetheless and manages to save that AWP. But again, just like the previous round, it has turned into a very expensive win. As you can see with, 4 players from the CT side falling. I'm still a little bit surprised to see that after 2 rounds in a row, 1 man wins for the CT side. And taking it to 8 rounds, I might add, they actually all can afford full-blown helmets, full-blown utilities, just about everything, and they still have just a little bit of money left over. This is just how well their amazing previous rounds have been. Crazy catches quite a few lined up targets there. He's going to be using the fragmentation grenade to backpedal while Justin comes in for a flank. He gets a double kill before he's finally refragged. Crazy himself is taken down at A-long as well, and that is all the information that the CT side needs to work with. Get a rotation going into mid, potentially A-long, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is going to be Frosty looking for his frag. He's going to find it. Bomb dropped. A-long. Now we see 7-meme pushing forward. Still going to be taking this a little bit quiet. Frosty just going to rotate backwards towards bomb site A, but for the most part, I would not say that this is a surrounded restroom. Not quite yet, but there it is. From Picnic Tables, it'll be Checker 8 taking down Bensby. Score of 9-2 now. So AC-130 has already hit that threshold that I didn't say predicted, but basically dictated that they need to have before they go into the CT side. Any wins that they're able to get away with from here on out is a bonus, essentially. It gives them that much more leeway to work with when they go into the terrorist side. Justin going to be slowed down. Fosty's still going to get that opening frag above ground. Rin getting a refrag onto Fosty and bringing it to 4 versus 4. Looks like top fountain. We got a CT who's behind enemy lines. Oh my, he was just shut down. I didn't have a chance to switch to Justin. Crazy manages to get one in the meantime, but it's now 2 versus 3 in favor of the T's. And with that being said, nFACE may just be able to rob this 1 round from the CT side. And look at the money here. This is the problem if you're one player that is dying multiple rounds in a row. If you look at 7-meme right now, you can see that he's at broken bank essentially. 57 seconds remain, and that door is actually being watched right now. That's going to be opened up on immediately by 7-mem. Gets one. Wixick is just waiting for 7-meme to overextend there. He's going to sit tight with the bomb in hand. Heaven, perfect timing. He knows where he's not, but whoa. Wixick had no reason to peek out there, and he still got... Whoa. That was very nicely done by 7-meme. I don't see why he didn't go with the wise decision, which is just like, maybe rotate backwards, long rotate, do whatever you can to keep yourself out of the enemy's line of sight, but we definitely want to look at what 7-meme just pulled off and think to ourselves, that is a true miracle right there. Full buy it'll be once again for nFACE Club. Looks like this is just not the tune of their map. I want to alt-tab real quick, make sure I'm not dropping any frames, but looks like I'm just fine, really. I mean, yeah, I dropped some frames, but that was actually overnight while I was doing the restream. The stream has been going for about 8 hours now. But yeah. It's now going to turn into 7-meme. Well, it looks like Checker 8 disconnected. 7-meme, 1 against 3. Do you guys believe in the impossible? I don't think he's going to go for the retake on this one. I mean, he knows the bomb's been planted, but he's running towards something. 1 man, 1 desire, but add 1,400 to everything that you see here, and this is not looking too good for AC-130 going into what will be the penultimate round of the first half, so Uh, I think what they can possibly hope to do is bounce back on the final round of the first half. Meanwhile, from the nFACE perspective of things, we can see that they all have a lot of money on their person. A few of the players will have to rebuy, some of them will have to be dropped, and there's going to be investments made left and right. Look at that. Okay, so 4 AK-47s and an AWP going up against 3 rifles, 2 of which are, I guess you could say, the standard, if you will. One of which substandard, Checker 8 with the FAMAS, of course, and now we're going to have that complemented by 2 CZs. Checking things out on the minimap, looks like a highly focused attack going to bomb site B very shortly. Almost all directions. But wait, what? Am I looking at this right? What? Bomb carrier. What is this? Okay, Rin's going to join his teammates at Monster. I don't know about this decision. A 5-man charge in all from Monster is not the best idea. 7-Meme going to get away with a triple kill. He finds the quad, but Crazy denies the ace. Oh my god. This, I don't know what to describe just happened from nFACE Club there, other than it was a 5-man stack on Monster. Is this one of their maps that is perhaps least practiced? I mean, surely any player can be a god on this map, but I mean it means nothing when, say, your teammate doesn't have your teammates don't have the coordination it takes to really play on this map. But this is the full-blown economic reset coming in for nFACE Club on the last round of the first half, where it seems as though they are slated to take only 3 rounds, but I've been wrong before, and we can see that Fosty's very low HP just as he takes down Rin. It's going to be Z8Z getting away with a refrag onto Fosty. A-Long is being encroached by Bensby, and he's the one-man army on the terrorist side. Another one coming in from Ethan, and now it's all on Checker 8. Hopefully he won't disconnect. Let's go to Checker 8 TV, shall we? Gets nothing for saving this, so he's going to give it his best shot and try. Defense on all angles. It's just a little bit creepy how everyone can be in different locations. But Wick 6 going to put him to sleep, and that's going to make 4 rounds for the nFACE Club going on to the counter-terrorist side of things. So I'm not going to call this impossible, but it is very, very difficult to get beyond that. I mean, it's very difficult to come back in this situation. But I want to go ahead and remind you all that we do have a giveaway for a factory new, very expensive skin going on to the Switch for the second half. Also, we want to thank our broadcast partners. We'll get to that in a minute. That's going to be Justin coming in, getting one. He's immediately traded out. AC-130 now just taking and wrecking faces on the terrorist side for this map. Bomb's going to be planted, and I mean, Eason, he's got the right weapon in his hand to do all of this, and he's already taken down 1. Can he get the refrags? He's gotten 2 very nice headshots. He's looking for the third. They just cannot get arrogant. He's already pre-aiming the toxic barrels, but Checker 8's going to shut down that hope with a P250 to the face. Right, so thanking our broadcast partners, very important stuff. That would be twitch.tv, g2a.com, CSGO Lounge, and last but not least, hltv.org. Thank you to all of our broadcast partners. AC-130 at 12 rounds to the 4 of nFACE Club, and they're going to have 2 rifles on this round, 3 SMGs. Perfectly respectable choice. And nFACE Club, they're in a... Well, I guess that was unexpected. Misflash, but it's an entirely A stack coming on to things for the... That's... Oh boy, well, they should make guides on how to smoke and flash bomb site B. I mean, that should be AC-130's guide. It just didn't go the way they wanted it to. That flash actually bounced off of a train, and the smoke bounced off of a teammate when it was supposed to hit the connector. But this is essentially a donated round for the terrorist side. They don't want to get overzealous on this round by any means, but it just simply means they're going to go to 13 wins without contest. So that's something that works to their advantage, but whoa, I don't know about that. Could probably get away with an extra weapon here if the CTs wanted. Whoa, this turned out to be way more expensive than it needed to be for the terrorist side. Still, detonation win comes in, and the only weapon we could see salvaged there for the nFACE Club was Ben Spee's Mac 10. He's going to drop that for Eason after Eason picks up a deagle. It'd probably be a good idea for Eason to drop that deagle for Wicksig. But maybe Wicksig is saying I'm too sexy for a deagle because he doesn't have one at present. But 4 rifles and a P90 coming out now for the terrorist side. That's going to be 7 meme just rushing through, getting 1. A refrag here at Water Connector as we do see Eason using that Mac 10 to get $600 more into his pocket. A little bit late on the rotate here. Z8Z and teammate Wicksig are, but bomb plant will be going down relatively uncontested, and looks like they're going to continue with these sorts of guerrilla tactics, this guerrilla warfare. Crazy's looking through tunnels. He can probably expect someone to be there. He aims for the head. He shoots. He scores. And he's going to be getting maybe a second one, indeed. A double kill to seal the deal. And that's going to put AC-130 at 14 rounds. nFACE Club will probably make something of a buy. We're talking about rifles, anything. Five M4s it'll be. Everyone except for Rin has a helmet. I'm not sure about that decision because on CT side, when you're facing off against AK-47s, a helmet makes no big difference, but 7 Meme does have a P90 on his person. Blind firing through Monster right now. Not too terribly much happening at that location, but Justin's going to be catching Z8Z stacked by a teammate. We're waiting for the execution utilities to be tossed in, and it looks like we may just have a map number 3 coming up very shortly. That is going to be Fosti turning to the left a little bit preemptively. It's now 3 versus 3 as he does, how do I say this, misperceive his opponent's presence at that location. It will now be a bomb plant for B, 3-2 advantage for the terrorist side, and Eason reveals his position in heaven. He might be getting flanked pretty soon here if I read locations correctly. Uh-oh. Tap on that bomb defuse, and Checker 8 manages to get 2. And now that's going to take them back to match point. Nicely done by AC-130. We're going to see a third and final game! Most likely. I don't want to jinx it. Otherwise, then we're going to see nFACE on a very big comeback road to overtime. For Spy, though, it's just not looking pretty. Mostly situational weapons. We're talking about a Scout, FAMAS, Deagle, another upgraded pistol in the form of a 5.7, and Rin's got a Mag 7 on person. Got lit up for being a little bit too aggressive there, but now we're going to be seeing Justin making that opening frag. 5 AKs remain on the AC-130 side of things, but I have to ask, what is Justin doing there? Okay. flank coming in. Eason, CC is going to get away with one, but after a few walled shots, one to the head, we see Justin sealing the deal. 3 versus 2 now, and bomb is still way back at home. Might be a good idea to rotate towards bomb site A. If it's one thing that I've noticed thus far, I mean, AC-130, while briefly playing on Terra's side, I haven't seen them go for a plant on bomb site A, except for perhaps the... No, not even the pistol round did they go for bomb site A. Oh, it's going to be an interception here, or at least an attempted interception by Z8Z. And frags are going to go over that wall, do limited damage. It's a spot. Hello. Frosty gets one. 1 versus 1 now. 20 seconds remain. 1 HP on Z8Z. Can he make the magic happen? Just has to make one shot, land in the right spot. 32 HP remains after he removes 14. There we go. Don't think he knows how low his target is. Oh boy. Caught between a rock and a hot place. It's actually going to be AC-130 taking this map 16-4, and very much so one-sided affair, just like we had seen on Nuke. So it's now 1-1 in terms of map score. I forgot to update the map score. And our third and final map is going to be Cache. Let me go ahead.